that tells you the difference between that and the Paragon right now.
Is that the same line you were trying to play with
Yeah.
the Paragon?
Yeah, just so I can compare.
Well, we see it picks up a little bit sooner, not much. It's still very clean for a solid ball.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, much smaller core, very much smaller core.
Core, yes. So
Definitely did not come off the spot quick.
no. No, but that tells you the difference between obviously the Paragon Shadow and the Turbo X. I mean, I'm probably gonna move about four right.
Yeah, there's no oil over there.
See what happens there.
There's no oil there.
So here we go. 4 right with about 17. Oh, baby, that's split to 8-9 too. So that's about 4 right, about 4 with the eyes. So that's about 17, 18, out to about 9, give or take. Ooh. And that's split the 8-9.
That split the 8-9 beautifully.
I mean, so at least compared to my Paragon, if I'm bowling on something fresh, which I probably not throw the Turbo X anyway, I mean, it's about a 5-4 difference.
Well, here we go with my Turbo X. So let's see, I'm gonna probably play a little bit further left. I expect it to come around the corner a lot sharper, a little bit more in the back end.
Oh, absolutely, because he's on Etho Solid, which is big symmetric, where I was on Paragon Shadow, which is big async. Off balance, still hit. That Turbo X dude's a sleeper.
Celebrity status in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. William Graham came to join us. Let's sit next to Matt so the mic can pick you up, and let's get your perspective on this bowling ball.
Yeah, go for it. So, yep, we got William Graham here watching us throw the Turbo X right now, which I'm sure he had one even when he was like, you know, in his teens or 20s. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Let's see. So I moved, what, 4 right with mine? With my eyes, which is a pretty big move on a house shot. So let's see if I can repeat. So standing about 29.
It's always fun doing a comparison video with anything with Matt Jones here, because
So here we go.
even though we play roughly around the same area, the ball reaction is a lot different for one another, because he's just so much more
which is fine.
around it, late breaking, gets so much more angularity in the back than I ever do. He made the comment the other day, we were bowling a tournament. He was trying to play he was playing the shim the entire day, wanted to keep it in the oil, and I definitely wanted to get it out to the dirt, to get around the corner well enough for me. So we definitely attack lanes slightly different from one another, but you can see what these balls do in our hands, give you a wide range of release points for everybody else.
That's better. That's pretty good.
Watch that ball corner.
It does. I like it. Especially when I throw it right. Yeah, I just can't miss in as much because it still wants the corner pretty hard. But, I mean, if they get a little bit more torchy in the front part of the lane, this ball's going to be perfect. You know what's crazy is Fitz is left of me. Tells you how different some ball rules are. But his ball sees the lane a lot sooner than mine.
All right, Crown Vic. We call it the Crown Vic. I call it the Crown Vic.
Yeah. So Crown Victory, here we go. Whew. I feel like that one's sharper off of it.
It is much harder. It is a little bit later, but it is sharper.
It's much quicker off of it. That's got to be because I'm pretty sure the Crown Victory core is bigger. Yeah, it's got to be bigger.
I'm gonna move left a couple boards.
Let's see if he's pretty far left with it. I mean, he's standing 38, 39. He's about 39.
I'm gonna target 19.
Yeah, so he's getting pretty far right.
And I missed inside.
I mean, he missed in by about 4, but you know, still hit.
Missed inside, dead flush.
Yep. Yeah, this one's going to be a lot quicker for me off of it, so I got to be careful because my biggest issue with this, I'll overthrow it and then not giving it enough time to get around the corner. So we'll stand about 35. I'll try to throw this one pretty good. That was pretty good.
Good guess.
Pretty good. Yeah, it was. I'm like 35-ish.
On the approach?
Yeah.
That's where you start, or that's where you end up at?
No, that's where I started on it.
Okay.
So what I do is I drift a little left, but then I slide back to the right. So let's see here. Try to make that same shot again. Oh, that's better. See, I mean, for me, if I get it too far right, too quick, it never wants to see it. So that's the only thing I gotta be careful with mine. Because I tend to get it a little too quick, and then it just.
Yeah, I've definitely found staying relaxed, softer all the way through with the
For sure.
slightly slower ball speed allows my ball to really,
It's the same
really
thing with
go.
mine. If I throw it a little hard, it never sees it. But it makes sense. I mean, they have to be a little more torque for me to throw it. But it's still fairly fresh house shot, so not too terrible.
That was more around 19 at the arrows.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I feel like that ball does not like ball speed.
No, I mean, like, not especially not right
On
now.
this, yeah. Like, now if we were on like a burn or a double burn, that ball is perfect.
We've only bowled 5-6 games maybe between
yeah.
the two of us.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Now, granted, everything's been on the one lane.
Right.
So it does equivalent to probably towards the end of your league block right now.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite, but close. You know, you're starting game 3 right now, probably
Yeah.
in a 4-man league.
Right, yeah. The surface here is not too bad. They're not really super high friction, so. That's pretty good. Ooh, that's got a good ball roll.
A little kicker of the 10.
Yeah, that was
Little,
good.
little late catching it.
Yep. All right, a little softer with it. That's good.
There it is. Saw that one read where it needed to.
Yeah, I let go, like, oh, finally. Oh, this one's pretty good though. For me, I just need them to be a little bit drier, and then I would definitely be into this ball right now. Let's see if I can make 2 good shots here. Back-to-back good shots. See, softer ball speed.
Softer ball speed. That was a little late picking up on that one, but
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like you said, like for you, that ball just needs a little more friction. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can either like if you don't quite have enough friction for it yet, you can obviously slow down the ball speed.
Right.
Maybe. What do you think if you try moving right and get it out, like everything right?
Oh, yeah, I
together?
could do that.
Let's do that about like let's do 4 boards, see what happens.
All right.
Your ball, not mine.
Yeah, no. I mean, I could try yours. I don't think I'll get my
I don't
hand
think
in
it'll
it.
fit my hand.
So we'll do about 4. Puts me at 29 or 31 right now. So. I I'm glad we got that one on video. That messenger was so fast.
Oh my God, that thing never touched the boat, never touched the lane. Good morning, evening, whatever time you guys are watching this, thank you for joining. Matt Jones and I here, we just got done throwing the Turbo X and the Crown Victory.
Crown Victory, yes.
Two balls that were released a little while ago that we think everybody should have in their arsenal.
100%.
And we'll show you comparisons, on how they compared with each other, when you kind of look for them, and who should look for each one of them. Matt and I, we both like a lot of the similar stuff. We have similar layouts. It looks like we throw the ball the same, but we see lanes way different from one
yes,
another.
for sure.
So this will give you guys at least a somewhat of a broad perspective of what these balls do and how they compare.
Right.
So first we're going to talk about this purple beauty right here, the Turbo X.
Yes.
The original one was a smashing hit back in the mid-90s.
Mid-90s, I had one. It was my first reactive ball.
So this one here, we were super excited. Small core, it's only an 040.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Okay. Cover stock is solid, but is really shiny solid. So it actually it gets through the fronts really cleanly.
Super clean.
And so that combination of the smaller core, the super clean cover stock, and I know these words get thrown out a lot for all reviews, but this is really true for this ball. I'm not lying here. It gets through the fronts and it does come around the corner pretty well.
Yes.
Not super sharp, but it does continue enough to go sideways on you if you see a little bit too much friction at spots. So.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those, it needs friction. I feel like for me it's a transition ball. So if they're starting to get a little torchy in the front, a little tighter down lane, this is definitely a ball you can go to. Even make moves left with it until you probably get too far left where it starts getting a little lazy. But I mean, it's probably a good game 2 through 4, 2 through 5 ball. I feel like you can move 7 or 8 left with it before it starts getting outside of its range.
Yeah, I've covered the entire lanes with this ball here. I keep looking down at it because it really is just, it's pretty.
Yes, it is.
I've covered the lanes with these things going from all sorts of spots. Heavier volumes, we bowled on the Masters pattern a little while ago, and game 3 on that, I even switched to it, and it looked great. The cover stock was able to read enough to just kind of keep it and just continue through, as to where the other ones where I was using a big ASIM to start, and it just kind of burned up by the time we got there. So, like you said, great transition ball. When they get to start seeing things blended out a lot more, this is going to give you that consistent read through the lanes and really go through the pins well for you.
Yeah, it gives you the good entry angle. I feel like you can get it right into the friction as long as you're far enough left. It still sees it, goes right through. You can even miss it in a hair in the oil, and because of the cover stock, it still picks up just enough and still gets through the pins just enough. If you hit a little bit of a heavier spot in the middle, not too heavy, because if they're clipped, this ball definitely ain't going to work, because it's going to go right through it if you miss in, and then it's going to be a little too much off of it. You want them when they're a little more blended, a little more beat up in the front part of the lane.
Yeah. So highly recommend this ball for really anybody.
Yes.
High rev rate, low rev rate, played straight, want to swing the lanes. I think this ball really is that versatile, especially with being a solid cover stock. You can shine it up. You can probably I have not doled mine up. I don't want to, because that's not the range I'm looking for this ball, but I feel like you probably could, and it's just going to read a little bit earlier, smooth it out, and still come around the corner. Because the smaller core, it's not flaring across the ball and not dying out in the back by any means.
Yeah, I mean, this ball is a staple in my bag. I don't ever take it out. I take it with me on everything.
100%. 100%. So next we're going to talk about the Crown Victory. So we'll grab that one in 1 second.
Yep.
All right, and we're back, and this time, like we said, with the Crown Victory from Brunswick. Again, when this was announced, I was super happy, super excited to want to try this out. Clean cover stock. It's a hybrid cover stock.
Hybrid, yes.
Okay. And the core was used recently in
it's an 045 diff, 254 RG. It's the Savvy Hook cover stock. So Savvy Hook hybrid cover stock. I want to say that was used on the. What was used on the Ethos? Was it? No.
We need fact checkers. All right, 1 second. All right, fact check's done.
Yeah.
Yes, so the core in this was used in the Endeavor. And if anyone ever threw that one, Matt Jones.
The Endeavor was significantly weaker, and that's a lot of it with the cover. It was a pearl cover with no HK22 in it.
As to where this is a hybrid with the HK22.
Which makes it the cover significantly stronger.
It just, they come off the spot. Obviously, the HK22 has been a huge game changer in the industry since it was first introduced.
Yes.
Me personally, I like it more on hybrids and pearls. I'm not a huge fan of it in the solids, but when you add the cohesion factor to that one, some of those solids
the
really
cohesion
good.
made it really, really
for
good
for the solids. But for the hybrids and pearls, HK22 is a game changer. It's going to see that friction and get off the spot so much faster than it has without.
Yes, which is typically not, people know Brunswick, they're not known back then for having long and strong, but now with HK22, they're in that game now.
So back to this particular one here, this Crown Victory. Like we said, hybrid cover stock is going to be pretty clean all the way through. Huge core for symmetric.
Yes.
054 you said?
045.
045, sorry.
045, 254 RG.
So when you compare it to the Turbo X, because that's what we're doing here, this is going to be a little bit later of a read on the lane because it's a hybrid versus a solid cover stock. And the core numbers, this is a bigger core number on the differential than that by a fact 005. Which does make a large difference. So what you're seeing between the two is this is going to read a little bit later and a lot sharper off the spot.
Oh God, significantly.
You are going to be moving about, about 3 to 4 left. And got it probably a couple boards further right and further down lane, and it's to get to the same spot.
And he was still chancing of nine pinning. I can tell you that much. Like you'll see the video, there are some pretty high chances of 9 pins. This ball is really hard off of it, which is really good though. I think this is like your burn ball. If they get to the burn and you need something to recover, but you don't have to force it through the front, this is the ball, man. Like it clears that front so easy, and it comes off the spot so hard that you're not worried about recovery. The only thing you might worry about is stow 90.
Or just overhook. Like we tried a couple, like once we knew we were lined up, I moved back out to the right to see what would happen if it got into that dirt, into the dry a little bit too fast.
And it was gone.
It straight up through the face. And then I went, and I'm not sure if we got the video for it or not. I think the video may have ended on the one. Unfortunately, I wasn't checking the camera, but got in front of the ball return to try to use all boards. And what did you say? Almost left the 7.9.
Almost 7.9.
Almost 7.9, but it went down. So like the ball obviously clearing that much of an angle through the front, got to the spot, came around, and still went past the 9 pin. Tells you just how angular this ball can be when you get to it.
It's if you're on like high friction houses, I'd recommend this ball. If you're needing something of game 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're starting to get torchy and nasty, this is the ball I would go to give you that confidence of getting it to the right and watching it just swing back. I mean, it's crazy how hard this thing comes off of it.
For your high rev guys, you're going to use this a little bit earlier than your low rev guys are, I'm sure, and you're going to be a lot steeper through the fronts. And you can trust, like he said, trust that the ball is going to turn the corner.
Absolutely.
Lower rev guys want to play it straighter, you can play this into the track very well. And you're going to see it come up through the spot and still go through the pins, probably a little higher than what you're used to, so you may move left and slightly bend it. But that, highly recommend for just about anybody out there. It's pretty, it's got great shelf appeal.
Yes, absolutely.
Staple in my bag for all the tournaments I'm bowling for sure. And
especially
all the leagues.
Longer formats.
So
especially longer formats.
Get yours at your local pro shop, and thanks for watching.
Appreciate it, guys.